I'm using my phone. Shalom, everybody. Just to give you some update about the war in Syria. Some of you asking me to do so. I just heard today that the terrorists of Erdogan, specifically, they attack this area here, which is a Kurdish territory. It's called Tel Rafat, as you see on the screen. And I saw in the news too, but I could not see the video yet. They are saying that they were able to control it, and they capture a lot of Kurdish, and they were torturing them, and they were calling them the Kurdish pigs. I heard that from the news, from the Human Rights Center, which is a Syrian, the guy who owned it, or let's say, he is not Kurdish, so there's no way he was going to say that. And he is not a Kurdish, unless it's true. So they are calling them the Kurdish pigs. They were beating the hell of them. It's a torture, obviously. So he was warning that looked like Turkey is planning to do genocide on the Turkish. And as usual, that the Turkey would not say it's us who is doing that. So they will send those Arab terrorists. And they will say, you see, why you are blaming us? Those are Syrian, and they are the one who did that. We did not tell them to do that. So this way, Turkey will stay far from being accused of anything, and they can commit their crime as usual. Like we know how they deny even they're doing anything wrong to Armenia. And, the one who did it, always the Turkish, they do the same. They never stop their genocide, and at the end of the day, they claim that they did nothing. The terrorists, they were able to go all the way to the area of Hama. This is the city of Hama, and there is like many contradiction news about what's going on there. There is some videos saying they were entering the city, but look like maybe not true yet. So we will confirm later how that is going. But we can confirm that the Syrian army is all over this area here, in this area here, and they are preparing to do an attack to go all the way to Aleppo. Now, in case you do not know where is Aleppo in the map, we will zoom out and let us see, do this. So this is Hama. Here is the city of Aleppo. If we draw a line, now you can see it better. So this is the city of Aleppo from here to Hama. So the terrorists, they were able, those are Al-Qaeda. The funny is, if you open the news, even Fox News, every scumbag, this is why I say to you, never trust any Western media. They love to lie. All of them, they call them the Syrian rebels, when everybody knows that those are Al-Qaeda. In fact, their leader, USA, have $10 million for his head. And yet they say they're the rebels. And this guy, the first job he did when he became a leader, he says we are the followers of our hero leader Osama bin Laden, and he announced that he is Al-Qaeda. And later they changed the name because they are being smart. Like like Turkish, Erdogan, he changed the name of his party, the Party of Justice, but this is the Muslim Brotherhood Party. So they changed names, but the fact, all of them, everybody knows that they are Al-Qaeda. Going back to the map here. So the terrorists, they move first from here to Aleppo, and then they are spreading. Now, for sure here, this area still is far from their control. This area is a mountain area, and there's a lot of Alawi and Shia and Christians. And it's impossible. There's no way anyone, even the Turkish army cannot take it, because the nature of the area is, is like a hill. If you want to go to fight people who they are in the mountains, good luck. It doesn't matter how big your army, and you can use drones, you can use anything, but in the ground you cannot. As long as you not go in the ground, you cannot do anything. So for sure, if you want to be like use a massive power like nuke, yeah, then you can kill everybody. But who dare to use that? So now what's happening that the Syrian regime, they are preparing to launch a big attack on those terrorists. Now, the Syrian regime is a dictator regime. We cannot say it's a good regime. However, we cannot compare between the Assad and those terrorists. It doesn't matter what they say to you. Yes, he supports Hezbollah, yes, etc. But in fact, the Syria, not long time ago, they used to be at war with Hezbollah. It is the stupid American and the stupid George Bush and the rest of the stupid. They forced this guy because they wanted him to surrender, to be in his knee, just because he opposed running a pipeline all the way from Qatar, from the filthy Qatar. You go back. This is the filthy Qatar, small tiny island, is big problem for the whole world, You see Qatar? So they want to run a pipeline from Qatar through Syria to Europe, through Turkey. And Turkey will get the best benefit of it because they will make a lot of money, and they can control the oil going to Europe and gas, because, European now, they cannot survive without Turkey. So anytime the Turkish, they can cut the pipeline and they can say, hey, we will stop the faucet. We control Qatar. Turkey have a big base of army in Qatar, because in the time of Trump, Saudi Arabia was going to invade Qatar, but the stupid Trump, as usual, he stopped Saudi Arabia, and even he warned them, if they do so, the American forces will attack them. In fact, it's Trump who forced them to take the sanctions against Qatar. So going back to that topic, the Syrian regime, or the Assad, he refused to allow this pipeline to go through, through his country. So the war started. That's the whole reason for the war. If he agree, everything will be fine, and then, they start surrounding him by sanctions. As soon as the war started, Obama, he sent more than $600 million for Al-Qaeda. They called them rebel, remember. And Turkey is the biggest helper. And Turkey want to steal the oil of Syria, the phosphate of Syria, the uranium of Syria, you name it. So, they surrender this guy from all direction and put sanctions to the point almost they starve Syria. This guy, he found himself, he have no friends. Who is the only friend want to help? Hezbollah, Iran, Hezbollah, Lebanon. There's nobody left. Or Yemen, the Shia. He is a Alawi, they are Shia, perfecto. So it was the only way for him to survive, not because he is in love with them. Alawi are not Shia, but let us say they are close as a sect, but they are very, very unreligious. They drink vodka more than they drink water. They make fun of Muhammad. They make fun of the Quran. There's tons of videos of them making fun of how Muslim they pray. So we can't even call them Muslims. Women in Syria, they can go, they can work, they can be in the police, they can be in the army. You want to have your party, you want to drink. It's like any moderate country. What the American wanted to do, to replace the Syrian Assad regime by a bunch of terrorists. Now, is that going to help Israel? Maybe Israeli, they think yes, but in the wrong run, big mistake, because then Al-Qaeda will be in their borders, and Allahu Akbar will start again. So you get rid. It's like, somebody, he brought an insect, because this insect kill other insect, and then the other insect make infestation and took over, and then we want to bring another insect to kill the previous insect, etc. So bringing Al-Qaeda to your borders is not for the benefit of anybody. And this is why all the Arab leaders now, all of them, imagine, They called the Assad, like from Egypt. He received calls from Egypt. We cannot call Libya because Libya does not even exist as a country now. From Saudi Arabia, from Iraq, from Emirat, and for sure Iran, but Iran is not an Arab anyway, and the rest like Yemen, Oman, etc. All of them, they are supporting the president of Syria. Imagine. And the reason they are supporting him, not because they are in love with him, but because if Al-Qaeda, they establish a state there, this is the caliphate state, then they will be next, Not because they love anything to do with the Syrian regime or even Syrian people, but because simply they are in fear of what will happen next. So going back to what's happening now in Syria, the regime forces, they are preparing themselves to go and attack. And I'm expecting actually, what those terrorists, they made a big mistake, I believe. They think by taking cities, like this is the best way to do things. I believe this is a big mistake. The reason for that, because the more cities you take, the less ability you have to control. Because, I took a city like Aleppo, here. Okay. But that means I have to leave at least, 5,000 soldiers. Okay. I take the city here, control the city. I have to leave a few wherever. Already they are existing in Idlib from before, but now they have full control. They took other territory, all this area here. That means you have to fill it up with soldiers. So the more area you take, and they are expanding, the more area you take, the more soldiers you need. And they don't have such a capability, So that will be a big weakness in their side. And then the Assad regime is going to receive a lot of support from Iraq, from the Shia, and they will come by tens of thousands for sure. So arriving to the city of Hama will not really do much benefit for them. In fact, it can do the opposite, because as I said, they have more liability and more weakness. So they will lose. Like when the war starts, their weakness will appear. Right now, a chaos happening. People that are in fear, they run away from their way. No, there's no real fight happen. But as soon the other enemy, they prepare the regime, they prepare themselves. Those people, they will start scattering around. Especially if the international community, they are not in favor, especially the Arab, they are not in favor of those people to be winners, So I will try to update you from time to time. This is a very ancient area, by the way, very beautiful. But, wherever Islam goes, the countries goes down, as usual. Terrorist. If the best man they have is Muhammad, they have a lot of beautiful churches, a lot of mosaic, as you see, a lot of beautiful stuff. But, as usual, garbage in, garbage out. As long as Islam is there, the garbage will never stop. So I hope, this video help you a little bit to understand what's happening. And I will try to make more videos. And let me know, please, if the sound, and because I'm using my phone, let me know if the sound of this video is coming good from your side. All right? God bless you, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.